Good morning, children. Welcome to your chemistry online class. I hope all of you are fine and I hope you are doing your works and all those things. And in last class, we discussed about the classification of the alcohol, phenols, and ethers. In today's class, we are going to deal about the nomenclature of alcohols, phenols, and ethers. Similar to our haloalkanes and haloarenes, they also having two names, that is common name and IUPAC name. So let's learn that.
Then we'll move to the phenols. How to name phenols. The simplest hydroxy derivative of benzene is phenol. The simplest member is phenol. Then its common name and IUPAC names are same, phenol. In the structure of phenol, we can see that it is a it is consists of a benzene ring, and is we have to find out the position, that is ortho, meta and para position. So if there are two hydroxyl group, we have to put di. If there are three, that is tri. Here you can see common names and IUPAC name. In the common names, we use this ortho, meta, para method. In the IUPAC name, we have to give the position name. Let's check. Here you can see some common name and IUPAC name of different phenols. Here you can see phenols common name and IUPAC name is same. And in the case of if if into the toluene, this second position, we can call it as orthocresol. It is in the ortho position. It is known as orthocresol. If this hydroxyl group in the meta position, we can, it is in meta position, we can call it as metacresol. But if it is in para position, we can call it as paracresol. So in the phenol, if there is a substituents of methyl group, we can call it as a cresol. According to the position of hydroxyl group, we can name it as orthocresol, metacresol and paracresol. And here you can see the IUPAC name. In IUPAC name, we have to give the position name. Here we can see the carbon, the hydroxyl group in the second carbon. So it is 2-methyl, the methyl group, methyl propanol. Here you can see 1, 2, 3 methyl propanol. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 methyl phenol. Or sorry, 3-methyl phenol, because this is a phenol. So 2-methyl phenol, 3-methyl phenol, and 4-methyl phenol. And if there are two hydroxyl group, its common name is catechol, and catechol you can pronounce like that. The resorcinol, this one is resorcinol, and hydroquinone or quinol. There are different types of compounds are there. If one hydroxyl group is in the meta position, we can call it as cat cat and resorcinol and hydroquinone. And here we can name it as it is a benzene. So two hydroxyl groups are there, the first and second position. So it is benzene 1,2-diol. It is benzene 1,2-diol. And here benzene 1,3-diol. Here it is benzene 1,4-diol. Or else we can name it as similar to this one, benzene metadiol, paradiol. Like that also we can name. Then what will be the naming structure of or method of ethers? For ethers, here you can see ether. Ether we have a different method, that is by the common name. The aryl group or alkyl group was written as a separate words. In between that, we have to add ether. For example, we have to consider the alphabetical order. Here one ethyl group is attached to oxygen and methyl group. Two types of groups are there. So we have to follow the alphabetical order. So E will come before M, that is ethyl will come before methyl. So it will be ethyl, methyl, ether. If it is if for example, if it is the compound is like C2H5, C2H5O, C3, C3, C3H, C3H, C3H8, we can call it as ethyl, propyl, ether. So here you can see some common name and IUPAC name. The IUPAC name you have to write like, here you can see methoxymethane. Methoxy, that is this oxygen name also we have to consider. So first we have to write this compound name, that is methoxy, and methane. Here we can call it as ethoxyethane. And in the case of if there are, so in the case of symmetrical ethers we can write it like this, because the two groups attached to the oxygen are same, so we can write it as methoxy, methane, ethoxy, ethane, if propoxy, propane, like that. But in the case of unsymmetrical ethers we have to consider the carbon chain. Here after we have to count number of carbon after oxygen. So here 1, 2, 3. So that is root is propane. It is propane. So this methoxy group is there. So it is methoxypropane. We have to give the name which is attached to the least carbon name. Consider the least carbon name which is attached to oxygen. We have to write like this, like here the smallest chain attached to the oxygen is meth, so it is methoxypropane. If it is here it is CH3, here it is C2H5, we can call it as methoxyethane, and we have to give the number of the position of the oxygen also. Here phenoxyheptane, it is heptane group. So here it is attached to the phenol, it is heptane group. So it is phenoxyheptane. And here if you check similar method,